Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today we're going to talk about Omega Speedmaster. It's pretty much discontinued and the new one is coming out. What has changed? All that and more in today's episode. But of course, before we get started, customary wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my H. Moser Endeavor Big Date in rose gold. Absolutely love this one. I'm going to take it out for the weekend. I've actually got a slightly more formal dinner on Saturday, which is a good excuse to take this one home. And also, guys, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. Just got in an Omega Speedmaster Sapphire Sandwich, which has also pretty much been discontinued, but we have one available at Del Rey Watch. We just got in a Tudor P01, as well as some other goodies. Go check them out, link in the description below, delraywatch.com. Anyway, guys, let's get right into talking about the Speedmaster. Alrighty, so before I, make any statements, I will say Omega hasn't officially discontinued the Speedmaster or the 1861 movement. But all the authorized dealers are pretty much out of stock. They are confirming with me they can no longer order stock from Omega. They are confirming with me it is discontinued, even though it hasn't technically officially come out of Omega's mouth. But we all knew this was gonna happen. Speedmaster Pro, widely loved by watch collectors, has been a little long in tooth. Hasn't been updated recently. The 1861 movement is terribly old, and it's pretty much the only watch without coaxial technology in Omega's stable. So, if you love these, stock is limited. Go snap up the old Speedmaster while you still can, and there will be a dry spell between when the old one sells out and the new one starts trickling in. So Speedmasters are going to become a little harder to get, not permanently, but for right now. Also, the Omega Speedmaster, first Omega in space, is also permanently discontinued, kind of an afterthought anyway. However, on the Omega forums and on Facebook, pictures have leaked, which have since been removed, of what the new Omega Speedmaster would be like. Once again, these are leaks, these are not confirmed, and they are no longer on Facebook or the Omega forums. So when something gets taken down like that, I tend to believe it's true. However, I did sneak some screenshots, and I'll put it up right here, and I'll walk you through the differences between the older Speedmaster and the newer Speedmaster. So the first one, the obvious one, I've got my notes right here. We're going from caliber 1861 to caliber 3861. Basically, it's an 1861 with a coaxial escapement and master chronometer status. Still manual wind, still very similar architecture. I imagine it's still going to be a cam chronograph. Man, if they could only change that, it'd be perfect. Number two, the case and the bracelet are like the 50th anniversary Moonshine Speedmaster. Obviously still in steel, but the proportions of the bracelet are going to be slightly updated. However, very, very subtle. Number three, collectors are going to love this. The bezel is dot over 90, just like pre-Moon Speedmasters. Speedmasters before the moon landing, they had a very slight bezel variation called dot over 90. Supposedly, they're bringing this back. This is my favorite change. The dial is now stepped, like vintage Speedmasters, and the Omega logo is going to be applied. This makes the dial look a little bit richer, looks like it has a little bit more attention to detail, not so utilitarian and Spartan as the current one. The info is posted on both Omega forums and Facebook, which have now been taken down, as I said. The new prices are supposedly only a marginal increase over the old models. There has to be a price increase. You've got an updated movement. It looks like the dial is also of a nicer quality. However, people were expecting $1,000 to $2,000 of a price increase to be more in line, but still less expensive than the retail price of the Daytona. it looks like people are talking about that it's going to be closer to like a $600 to $800 increase. Obviously, this is the furthest thing from confirmed, but it's looking like a nice thing. It's not going to be a massive jump. And lastly, supposedly the new caseback on the Hesselite version, the closed caseback version, instead of saying human space flight, now says human space flight instead of manned space flight engraved on the back. So those are all the differences from the pictures leaked on the Omega forum / Facebook compared to the new ones. Now, this is pure speculation. Everything I said here is pure speculation, even though I think it's going to be 95% accurate. What isn't speculation is the fact that the 1861 Speedmasters have dried up everywhere, and all my AD friends are telling me they can't get it. So yeah, that's pretty much discontinued. Anyway, out with the old, in with the new. I think this new Speedmaster, if at least it's going to look like these pictures, I think it's going to be killer. It's not a massive difference, but it's just enough to give it that bit of a refresh to make it interesting again. Anyway, guys, what do you think? Let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really does help. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any content. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.